What's up, everyone? Welcome to Sketch-A-Day Live. It's Sci-Fi Sunday. Drinking a smoothie today. It's actually green. I guess that's appropriate for Sci-Fi Sunday. So, what is Sci-Fi Sunday? Well, this is the day that I like to draw and do all things weird, sci-fi, whatever ideas you guys throw at me. Happy to take a look at. Within reason. Everyone's excited. Oh, shoot, I didn't even pull it out, but I did get my YouTube plaque. Some of you saw that, so before I start, I want to say thank you to everyone who has supported me over the years. It's been a long journey, about 10 years, well, more than that. Started in 2008. Okay, now I can go live on Facebook here. Started in 2008, run by there 2008, 2010, and just been doing my thing. You know, life's had its ups and downs, but we've had some pretty good growth on the channel. What's up, Sticky Art, Tom, One Love? Had some pretty good growth, so I'm excited for what's ahead. Thinking about what's next, what I'm gonna try and do. So stay tuned. I'm not stopping. We're gonna keep the train rolling. So thank you again for your support, for your help, and we're gonna keep rolling. Yeah, I'm trying to get this to stream on Facebook at the same time, but it's not working right now. Let's see. It's been giving me trouble. Anyhow, thank you, Svetlana. Art, hello, Tom. If you want to participate in chat, YouTube is where I'm paying attention to the chat. It's just hard to pay attention to all things at the same time, so that's what we'll be doing. Okay. Alright, I think I'm good now. I think I'm good. So welcome. Woo! Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the show. Alright. Thank you, Mystery. It's it wasn't 10K, it's 100,000. 100,000 subscribers, so kind of a big deal. Feels big anyways. Maybe it's not that big, but it feels big. Feels kind of big. But I am up to 123,000. I mean, numbers are what they are. You know, you're always, I've talked about this before. You know, as platforms grow and people are making more and more content, it's a hard game to play when you're trying to see what the algorithm will approve or like. So I'm just doing what I do, and I appreciate those who share, those who contribute. Shout out to the patrons, channel members, keeping it real, throwing down real financial support means a lot. Thank you, Svetlana and Art. One Love, very big robot. I could do that. I could do a big robot. I've been doing a bit of the scribble challenge, inspired by friend and artist, comic book artist for Marvel, actually, named Ryan Ottley. Anyhow, I have been doing a bit of scribble challenge. And that's been pretty fun. So I might do that today for sci-fi stuff, if you guys are down, or you know, I could do a scribble robot, scribble ships, whatever. If you don't know what that is, hang tight. You will see. Alright, so what am I doing? I'm warming up. Some lines, circles. I just got done working out, so I gotta kind of calm my muscles a bit. I don't know if you've ever tried to sketch right after you work out, but it can be a little tricky if you do. What's up, Paul? My neighbor. What's up, my neighbor? Anyhow, thanks for joining. Okay, now I'll do some ellipses. I'm trying to be efficient and use the same sheet of paper this time instead of using multiple sheets of paper. Let's see. Okay. All right. It's all working. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool being in. I'm streaming to 4 places at the same time. Probably shouldn't say that. They might shut me down, but So I'm live on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. I guess I could stream. I don't even know if does Twitter even allow you to stream anymore. I don't know. Anyhow, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch as an experiment. So pretty easy to find. YouTube's where I'm paying attention to the chat, and that will be the case as I cannot pay attention to 4 different chats, 4 different places at the same time. So if you want to be on the main show, that's where I'm taking suggestions and all that good stuff. All right, some quick ellipses. I guess we could kick things off with maybe some sort of, I like dystopian vehicles. You know, think things like Mad Max. Now I want to watch that again. Mad Max. Anyhow, Fury Road. It's a good show. Oh goodness, that's annoying. All right, let me modify this. Save. All right, sorry guys, that link wasn't working. I wonder if something changed. No? Weird. Anyhow, link to the stuff I use. I'm using a Unipin fine liner today. That's what I'm using right now. So yeah, let's do some sort of vehicle. I like vehicles. You guys like vehicles? Let's get a nice center line in here. Maybe this other wheel. But I'm thinking maybe something of a Mad Max Fury Road-esque vehicle. And if you watch the movie, if you have watched the movie, like they do a lot of modifications, or it looks like, you know, old classic cars that are kind of modified, and maybe you have things added to them. So what I'm trying to do here is instead of using gray marker, just sketching a little lightly. We'll pull some stuff out, make it a little bolder eventually. All right, I'm thinking some sort of detail we can borrow from old school locomotives. If you're into concept art or technical things like this, one of the most helpful things I discovered anyways was if you take some time to just study things like construction equipment, you can actually pull a lot of inspiration from them. So I want these wheels to be just like ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Now I'll add marker on top. Hopefully, I think this marker does tend to bleed a little bit. I'm hoping that, you know, with a little bit of dry time, it'll be fine, but we'll see. All right, so maybe some sort of, and then like the engine, I think I'm gonna do something popping out of the hood. Popping out a bit of the hood here. Just make it absolutely ridiculous. Anyhow, in the meantime, if you have any ideas, suggestions, things you want to see, or it could just be a category, I'm happy to sketch that. I do not necessarily want to, I know you guys like motorcycles. I don't necessarily want to do one today, so I'll throw that out there ahead of time. But again, if you want to make a suggestion, check out the YouTube stream. That link should be there. If it's not there, it's just youtube.com/sketchaday.com. Alright, I'm trying to think of what to do for the central cab here on the vehicle. Trying to decide what exactly I want to do with that. So while I let that marinate in my head, I'll work on some other details. Because in the movie, the other thing is, if you've ever seen it, there's like additional seating or things, or they might combine vehicles. Like wonder if I could combine a few things here and make it work, at least compositionally. All right. Quick check-in. Lost in a jet spray. What is jet spray? I'm not sure what jet spray is. Oh, that's right. Dystopian helmet. Thanks for the reminder, Mystery. The theme for this week is actually helmets, headgear, that kind of thing. So we'll do a dystopian helmet. I'll make a note in my trusty live stream notes. Let's see. Oh, I forgot black paper. I was supposed to do that. But I don't have any black paper today. Dystopian helmet. Someone requested something called jet spray. I'm not sure what that is, but we'll see. No promises I'm going to do that. How would I approach drawing the inner workings of sci-fi machinery that you can often see between outer panels, abstract approximations of tubes, gears? Yeah, that's kind of what I do. I might do some of that. Yeah, I'm trying to think where I might do some of that, but I might do some of that up here. We'll see. All right, I'm thinking maybe some crazy fins or something, and then the wheels. Right, we could have some crazy spiked wheels or something. Just make it absolutely ridiculous. And then I think for the body side and stuff, I want to make it kind of a patchwork look here. All right, I decided I wasn't going to do anything too crazy with the front, but maybe I could put some lights up here or something. Something like that. You know me, I love a chopped A-pillar, even if it's CMF. This is Sketch-A-Day Live, by the way. Thanks for joining. It's your first time. Spencer. Industrial, would you need mirrors? Anyhow, industrial designer by trade, artist at heart. I design products, but I love drawing and I love teaching. That's what we're doing today, just getting some quick sketches, drawings done. So it's pretty fun though. Maybe I'll do another one. We'll see. I'll probably stream for just under 2 hours, or we'll see how I'm feeling. So no rush, nice and chill. If you gotta be or go somewhere, that's fine. The replay will be available on YouTube. That's where I store all my videos. And if you're looking for other stuff that I've done before, that's available at sketchaday.com/videos. That's where I post everything. All right, so there was a question about the inner workings of sci-fi machinery and how you draw that. If you're working digitally, you can actually just take snippets of real things and kind of turn it into almost textures that you use. So all of this shape here, I'm just going to shade that in dark because I don't want to do a person. Just be a little bit easier. So yeah, if you go to sketchaday.com/videos, you'll see kind of a list of a few hundred that I've done before. It's not a complete list of everything I've done, but it's enough to wet your whistle, so to speak, get you started. So the theme for this coming week is helmets and headgear, I believe. That's what Jordan and I decided. Jordan is our lovely mod. Hello, Hendrik. Lovely mod on the Discord. Thank you, Jordan, for all your hard work. All right, so if you are watching elsewhere and you're like, why isn't he responding to my comments? It's because I cannot pay attention to comments everywhere. So you can hit me up on the YouTube, youtube.com/sketchday.com. That's where I'm hanging out. If it's your first time, welcome. Welcome. Space battleship. Yeah, I can do a bunch of those. If you don't mind me doing just, pen and ink, I can actually cover more than if I were to use marker. It's just a lot faster. Shout out to Paul Sohi, aka Final Kaiju, for the music. If you do produce music and you want to help make music for the show, I'd be happy to chat with you. We'll work something out, so let me know. If not, it's all good. Kind of want this to be a little bit thinner here. Let's see what I can do just to help out the perspective. All right, so like I said, I'm just gonna shade in this window on the inside because I don't want to have to deal with the details. Not today, Satan. Yeah, I don't want to deal with those details. So next, I think I'll do either the dystopian helmet or I'll do another one of these. See what you guys think. That was a request from, I believe it was Mystery. Maybe not, but yeah, it was Mystery. So thanks for the suggestions. All right. So I think on this one, if I were to add any sort of marker, it would just be for shadows, maybe a little bit more body, but I'm just gonna keep it lines, I think. A little bit rougher. So this coming week, I will be doing some more digital stuff. So if you've been using Procreate or Photoshop or Fresco, I will stream using those apps. Fresco is Adobe's app for oh yeah, I said I was going to do some mechanical stuff here. Fresco is Adobe's app for drawing that they have. It is free. So if you're interested in checking it out, you can download it. You don't even need to have Creative Cloud. There are some premium features, of course, that are only available if you have Creative Cloud, but if you want to just try it out, you can, which is kind of cool. All right, so I'm just putting some pipes, some things in here. I don't know if they necessarily go anywhere. Ideally, if you're illustrating this, you know, taking a look at reference would certainly help a little bit. And let's finish out our engine block here. That is exposed. Super rough, super quick. I said this last time, but remember, when you see a creative person doing something and they post it online, many times it takes way longer than you think, so I enjoy doing the lives because you guys get to kind of see how the real process is. Like, if I were doing this again, or not again, but if I were more serious about it, I would probably overlay, do another version or two, and then when I'm in the right zone where I want it to be, I would then add the color and whatnot. So it takes time, takes effort. You know me, I like to keep it real, so no tools, all live. Here we are. All right, maybe just a little bit of texture, some rivets for a dystopian vehicle. Maybe some scratches here and there. I feel like it looks too nice to be like a real Mad Max vehicle, so let's add some rust, a few other things here and there. Maybe just a couple areas I'll hatch it in. It's kind of like a little bit of rusty spot, something like that. What's up, Danny? Sorry, I got a little sucked into the drawing. Danny C is here. What's up? Follow him on Instagram as well. He's also got a Patreon. If you're really into cars, check out his stuff. He's a car designer. Super talented. He's on the Discord as well. Thanks for joining, man. But yes, overlay for sure. Is Fresco only for iPad? I think right now it is, but and don't quote me on this. I'm not an official representative of Adobe or anything, but it's my understanding that it does work on some other devices, and they're working to expand that as well. So yes, it should be available on other devices eventually, if not now. I know it works on like the Wacom Mobile Studio Pro and Microsoft Surface. It's supposed to work on those devices. And also certain Windows laptops that have NVIDIA graphics cards. So I have one of those I'm testing. I forgot which model, because I'm more of a Mac guy, but I do have it on a laptop as well. So yeah, All right, so there's our quick dystopian vehicle. Fresh out of the head. No reference on this one, so it's got some issues. I'd probably overlay it again. Wow, Danny, that's a great offer. Danny says post car stuff on the Discord, and he'll give you feedback. So if you want feedback from a real car designer, Danny on the forums is offering. Sorry, Instagrammers, this thing got a little rotated here. All right, there we go. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. All right, so next I'm going to do, there was a request for some sort of dystopian helmet, so I'll just do a couple rough helmet shapes next to each other, and then we'll just kind of figure out what we're gonna do. So one of the challenges here, if you are watching on Instagram, I should mention this, that the camera can only capture so much. So I guess I should zoom out a little bit here. There we go. So if you want a better view, definitely check out the YouTube, but because my drawing has to be here for YouTube and my nicer camera. All right, so I have two Sony A7 IIIs that I use. But yeah, all that information is on that Stuff I Use page as well. I guess I should add maybe just some sort of background scribbles here. As I was looking at this, I was like, it just needs a little bit of context. Just a little bit of context. I'm debating whether or not I'll shade in the shadow there, but okay. So I like that better now. Sketches will be available as well for channel members and patrons after the show on the Google Drive. Okay, so dystopian helmet. Do you have any theme ideas? Hey, Applejacks, what's up? Thanks for joining. Do you have any theme ideas for the helmet? You know, last time there was a suggestion for furniture inspired by architecture, so we did some Frank Gehry type stuff. So let me know. Thank you. That is not art. Or that is art, not. Man, some of y'all's usernames are just hard to say. Oh, there was a request for a space battleship as well. So if you don't have any inspiration for this, I'll jump to the space battleship and then we'll come back. Viking helmet mash. Viking helmet mash. I'm looking up a Viking helmet. Okay, so Viking helmet vibe, I guess. I mean, it looks like they have this kind of, well, not all of them. I'm gonna try and draw some lines through to make it I guess the other question would be, in a dystopia, is it that, I guess maybe this is related to 2020 and everything that happened, right? "2020, man." I posted a question on my personal Facebook today, but I'll extend the question to you guys. What are you working toward in 2021? What's a goal or a thing that you're working toward? So I was thinking like some sort of full face helmet of some sort. That's kind of the idea here. But yeah, what are you guys working toward? Like with this thing, you'd probably have some sort of filter, I imagine, because it doesn't seem like the air is getting much better. Now I'm getting like Bane vibes from this thing. I'm getting some serious Bane vibes. But if it's gonna be Viking-esque, I think I need some sort of like rivets or fasteners or something here. Extend the back a little bit. And then this one, I'm trying to get this like kind of Viking nose piece. So I'm if you guys are wondering what I'm looking at, I'm basically looking at images like this, right? And I'm trying to see if there are elements or things that I can pull in that give it the feeling without being like obviously, you know, some sort of Viking helmet. I'll do an ellipse on this one. I'm doing an ellipse on this one, but I like the idea that, you know, if someone was wearing this and their eyes right there, kind of got that really strong brow. But also, since it's modern, I'm trying to see if I can not be too ornate with it as well. A little bit of taper there. It's always nice when you're designing something to have a little bit of taper, right? It's gonna give it kind of a nice feel. And since I don't want the eyes to distract, I'm going to kind of not put in like irises and all that, but just get a general face shape in here. Alright, so some sort of dystopian face mask thing. Oh wait. Sorry guys, I was still on the inspiration picture there, my bad. Alright, so there we are. I'm not gonna put the irises, pupils, whatever in like I mentioned. Alright. You need to decide whether to continue architecture or industrial design. That is a tough one. It's a very tough one. I guess in some ways I'm at this point in life where I've been reflecting a lot on my past choices. I wish I had. Specialization comes with a cost. I'll just say that specialization comes with a cost, and I don't know what it is about design necessarily, but when you specialize in certain things, it cuts off opportunities for other things. So architecture seems to be one of those things where, and I was talking with, I don't remember who I was talking with actually, but the conversation went something like this. And I'm not saying this is necessarily the case, but with architects, they won't say no to doing something. Like if you ask an architect, hey, I need a logo, they'll just do it. They'll figure out how to do it. Or if you're like, hey, I need this product, they'll figure out how to do it. Whereas I feel like industrial designers sometimes like to say, well, I'm a designer, I don't do that, right? And I'm not sure if that's just nature of education. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's just education or personality or what, but in any case, that's one thing I do admire about architecture, in the sense that there's kind of this like I'll figure it out mentality. And that's not to say industrial designers aren't like that, but I have noticed that some are like that. Anyhow, if I were doing it again, I would. Industrial design is great. It's, you're going to learn a lot of, I think, important skills, skills that translate into other disciplines. But as far as I understand it, architecture is a bit more technical, a little higher standard. Like, you don't have to have a license to be an industrial designer, for example. You don't need a license for that. But as far as I understand it, as an architect, you do have certifications, you know, things like that you have to go through. So it might be easier to go from being an architect to an industrial designer, which is probably heresy for me to say. What am I working on this year? I'm working on more writing, working on putting together some things I've been putting off for a while, and I don't want to say because then you guys will be like, hey, where's that thing you promised? All right, so the Viking inspiration here comes in the overall. I really don't want to put the rivets on, so I won't. And again, trying not to be as obvious as being super ornate with this, but rather taking inspiration from the overall shapes. Actually, I think how this one kind of turned out. I should add that industrial design, architecture, all of that is more than drawing. I know that I just show drawing for the most part on the channel here, but there's a lot more to it than that. To be very clear. So on this one, I think I'll use a little bit of gray marker. Use a little bit of gray marker and just give this some sort of mesh or filter looking thing here. Do I have a sketchbook or sketchbook tour? I have done a sketchbook tour, actually. Pretty sure. That's a great question. Sticky art. Pretty sure on my website. So if you go to sketchaday.com/videos. All right, so this is the website I'm talking about. So if you go to my website, sketchaday.com/videos. If you're watching on Instagram, you're not going to see this because I'm sharing my laptop screen. But if you go to videos, I think there's a sketchbook tour. I'm pretty sure. Sketch. Okay, SKZTCH. Can't spell. Oh, maybe not. Thought I had one. Alright, I'll have to find the video and add it to this list, but I know I have done a sketchbook tour, but I can do another one. I'm definitely going to do a preview of my 500-page challenge. So my first sketches this year will be my 500-page challenge. That's something I'm working on. I've mentioned it before. And of course, I'm going to add these sketches I'm doing today to that. Of course. This is also a very this is a Unipin pen, so it's kind of rough. The pen itself. All right, and by rough I mean the tip is very bold, and it's not quite the same as the Papermate Flare that I normally use, but decided to just use it today. If I were doing this with, say, my Sakura pens, I would probably use a little thinner, get some hatching in, do some different stuff, but shade this in. Alright, so what next? Spaceship? Should we do a scribble alien spaceship of some sort? How does that sound? So hopefully that... I'm getting some like Black Panther vibes actually from this one. Black Panther, Ant-Man vibes. I guess if it were a Viking helmet, it would like come down and probably do something more like that, right? It's probably more what it would do. We really want it to feel more like it's inspired by some sort of Viking thing. Anyhow, there you go. Some sort of dystopian helmet there. Space battleship. All right. I think that's what I'll do next. Let's see, what do I have? I've got an 005 and an okay, perfect. So what I'm gonna do for this one is, let's test this out. Okay, so I'm gonna do a scribble of some sort. I'm gonna close my eyes. So I'm gonna close my eyes, do a scribble, and then I'm gonna try and preserve the scribble and make it more like some sort of spaceship. Okay. Check the Discord. I usually don't check the Discord while it's live unless it's Fan Friday. It's just like so much. I'm looking at 3 screens, 2 browser windows, actually 3, my live producer and a mirror of my iPhone. So it's like it's a lot to focus on. So I'll check it out later. Shabam. It's a lot to focus on, as you can imagine. Oh, 08. Trying to get this pen. Okay, got it. All right, so I got an 01 here. I'll use that. We'll use that to start. All right, so some sort of spaceship. Close my eyes. I think I'll make it. It's probably going to be some more of an organic alien ship. It's probably what I'll do here. So, okay, eyes closed. I don't really know what's happening. 2 and 1. All right, so I've got this thing. So I've got to turn this into some sort of ship. I guess I could rotate my paper. Ooh, that's kind of cool. So when I do these, I'm trying to look at this now, and my goal, like I said, is to preserve as much as possible these lines. So I've got a little bit of a mirror here in shape. I've got this central piece right here. All right, so I think I might start by connecting that a little bit. I guess the decision here being, all right, does this thing have wings of any sort? Probably does. Or at least some sort of anti-gravity thing. All right. The hardest part is just starting, I will say. The hardest part is just starting. Okay, but I think I'll take this section and I'm just gonna texture this out. So almost like a little bit of a membrane of some sort. We'll do this to start. All right, it's definitely going to be, I'm going to try and achieve some sort of symmetry, but I think it'll be asymmetric. Pretty sure. Can add maybe a little bit of a cannon of some sort here. And then we'll mirror that cannon over here. And since it's a weird, gross alien ship, we'll add some stuff here around this cannon. I used to watch this show as a kid called Jason the Wheel Warriors. I don't know if you guys have heard of it or seen it at all, but I think the bad guy was called Sawboss. And they had these like wheeled vehicles that were almost plant-like but alien, and they had all this stuff growing all over it. So it's kind of what I'm thinking about here. Right, maybe we can add a few things to it. So we now have two cannons here. 100-page sketchbook in a month. Yeah, I'm trying to oh, you're trying to get suggestions there. Cool. I'm trying to do 500 in a month. That's my plan. 500. All right, so I think in terms of the cockpit, I can pull this line through here, or perhaps use the whole thing. I don't know if my arm is hurting, but my arm's hurting a little bit. But let's put some rocket boosters. I didn't catch the launch test, but NASA is testing a new rocket that's meant to take people to, I think, the moon and Mars eventually, which is pretty cool. Hope I get to see that at some point. Space is cool. So again, I'm trying to preserve the original lines here and then just add things to it to turn it into something. So the goal was some sort of spaceship. So when you add cross-section lines like this, it's going to help give an overall or at least give an impression of a shape or form to the whole thing. All right. Oh, on your uploads. Okay, cool. I could do a biplane sometime. I will make a note of that. Again, I don't know if I'll do it today, but I appreciate the suggestion. Yeah, I'm trying to decide for the cockpit. You know, I'm just gonna go for it. I feel like I'm overthinking it a little bit. All right, so maybe this is like glass on the cockpit here. Since it is some sort of alien craft, maybe it's got these little growths here or something. Alright, so now I've got some sort of cockpit shape for alien ship. This thing needs to open somehow. Like so. This could be maybe an intake for the engine. Overhang here. So I'm using a Sakura Micron 01 for this. So that's why the lines are so thin. some hatching here for coarse shadows. Oh, I just realized I didn't do any marker on that Viking headset like I said I would. Reminds me of a chicken, a little bit. It's like a space chicken of some sort. All right, I'm gonna turn this one into an intake as well. A weird asymmetric chip. So scribbles are nice if you want to, you know, get some additional ideas or try something different. Flex those creative muscles, if you will. So I quite enjoy it. I'll do them with my kids too. We do more scribble monsters than scribble ships and stuff. Sometimes I'll turn these into structures as well. Just architecture style stuff for fun.
Yeah, bro.
I guess this could be part of the inside of the ship, maybe. Have like this coming back or something, and this could be maybe the control portion. Through here. Use some of that same texture. Like so. All right. Do some other weird intake here. "9 p.m. in South Africa. Hello. What did you miss?" Good evening. Good evening, good evening. Reminder, if you want to comment and have me see it or pay attention to it for our stream today, YouTube is where you want to be. youtube.com/sketchaday.com. It's DOTCOM. And this week's theme is helmets, headgear, things that go on the head. I guess I should do more of a tutorial on heads and how I draw them. I believe I've done some in the past. All right, I'm just hatching here to show shape and form. Using some techniques that I do cover in my pen and ink guide, my inking guide, that'll be forthcoming. I don't know, part of me is like, maybe I should just release it without the digital guide being released at the same time, but I do want to release both at the same time. I'm not quite sure what to do at the middle here, so I'm gonna I'm going to table that for now. Make some of these lines a little bit bolder. So we have a little shadow there. Hatch through. Let's see. All right, so we'll keep working on this hatching. I don't know if you guys ever do hatching, but I quite enjoy it. I'm working on it a bit more lately. Trying out new pens, new techniques, whatnot. All right, so after I do this scribble ship, what do you guys want to see next? Sci-fi related. So anything sci-fi related. We did have someone mentioned a big robot. Could do that too. Should have done a before and after of this one, but forgot. It's kind of fun to see where the sketch came from, you know, like what the initial scribble was. But I guess it's saved in video. Space station is a request. Those are always hard to do. So we'll see. No, we have not done a robot yet. Not done a robot. We did. I'll do a quick review of what we've covered so far for those who may have just joined. But thanks again to those who've supported, helped out. It means a lot. Channel members and patrons. Patrons, not Patreons. If you guys are wondering what that is, Patreon is a website that creators like myself use, and if you want to make a financial commitment to your creators, you can use that website, and you know, there's a few perks that I offer: brushes, weekly update, sticker, and depending on your level, mail you a sketch every month. So if you're an Ultimate Fan or higher and you're watching this, I know I keep saying this, but on YouTube anyways, there's no way for me to contact some people directly, so it's kind of hard. But if you did sign up for the Ultimate Fan level, that's the highest level, I will send you a personal sketch of your choice each month. So just let me know. Hit me up. But thank you so much to those who've supported, subscribed, been part of this grand adventure. It's been awesome. Looking forward to the next milestone or milestones, whatever they may be. Actually, I have some idea what they'll be, but it'll take time to get there. For show. Alright. So just a little bit more in here, I think, and I'm gonna call it, well, and I'll finish out these guns. No, I'll call it. So yeah, if you're looking for a different way to draw, or maybe a challenge, just put a scribble on paper or have your kid do it, partner, whoever, random person, just say, hey, scribble something, and then see if you can turn it into an idea, a thought, an illustration, whatever. It's kind of fun. Especially if you're used to drawing the same thing. I know I get a lot of questions when people slide into my DMs, hey, how do you know what to sketch? And honestly, some days I don't know. Some days I just want to sketch boxes, but when I'm actually feeling motivated to draw, which is most days, but if I'm motivated to draw and I don't know exactly what to draw, then I'll do the scribble thing. Scribble things. And again, not something I came up with. Just want to make that clear. Was inspired by a friend of mine, Ryan Otley, comic book artist. But it's pretty fun. So give it a shot. Share your work. We have a Discord. That's sketchaday.com/Discord. If you don't know what Discord is, it's a little community we have. We have about, I think, 700 people at this point. Usually about 100 active on the server. So if you have a question or a thought you want to share, or if you need some specific help, we have Danny, who's on Instagram, Danny C, that has offered, if you do post your car sketches, he will, and you tag him, you just, add him, you come at him, give him the @ sign, he will give you some feedback. That's a pretty generous offer, I will say, especially when you're a professional and time can be limited. So if you want to take advantage of that, join the Discord, sketchaday.com/Discord. And also, if you do hit up Danny, show him some love, give him a follow and a like if you're into that car thing and he does help you out, or if you just want to follow him, it's all good. All right, so there's my weird alien ship. There's my weird alien ship that I came up with. It's okay if you miss the stream, by the way. Replay will be on YouTube. So youtube.com/sketchaday.com. All right. So there's our scribble. We also had a request for some sort of mask inspired by Vikings. And then I did this Mad Max style dystopian vehicle of some sort. I guess the overall theme is dystopia. I mean, you wouldn't see one of these unless maybe the world is ending or something, right? Some sort of alien. I guess I didn't really draw the alien in here. So I'll just hint at it. I think I'll call him Gerald. Gerald the alien. Just a little shadowy bust of a figure there. All right, so that's using a scribble to turn it into something. So what do you guys want to see next, sci-fi related? Next week it's utopian. I guess we could use a little bit of that. We could all use a little bit of utopia. All right, so there was a request for some sort of space station. I feel like the most practical, at least if you're gonna do some sort of gravity artificial, you're gonna have a ring, which gives me an opportunity to talk a little. Well, I already messed it up, but there's this torus principle. So if you're sketching a torus, this little overlap is really how you show that torus as we move through 3D space here. All right, so I'm gonna do some sort of torus, and then let's have a central piece right in here. Bring that down. Perhaps have some modules attached. It's nice and light. I guess I really haven't done any gray marker stuff at all. I haven't done any gray marker stuff at all today. That's off. It should be like that. If it's 90 degrees anyways. So we'll fix that. Maybe connect these in here. This one I can make a little bit bigger and then smaller, do some sort of chamfer type thing here. What is your, since we're doing space stuff, what is your favorite space themed movie or thing in media? I'm curious. What is your favorite space themed thing? I always enjoy a good space movie. I was more of a Star Trek kid than Star Wars, but I do enjoy Star Wars. I think I mentioned my kids and I were working our way through. We were working our way through the entire Star Wars series for a bit there. We finally finished episode 9. And I didn't like it when it was in theaters, but we'll say I think The Mandalorian made Star Wars better for me, if that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but almost like it's giving me hope that it can be good. But episodes 1 through 3 are just absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. Ran XX series. Interstellar is pretty good. A big robot. I can do a big robot, like a Gundam type robot. Or do you mean Robotech? What kind of robot are you thinking? That'll probably be at this rate. I think that'll be my last. You guys are super quiet today, so it's all good. This is off here. It's driving me crazy, so I'm gonna extend this a little bit. It should be more like that. The nice thing about sketching with a thin pen is you can always use line weight to correct things if you need to. Always use line weight. All right, I do want to do some sort of solar panel. Maybe I'll do that on this module here. The Orville. I've not watched The Orville. Isn't that the is it a comedy or something like that, right? By Seth MacFarlane. Not Seth. Is it Seth MacFarlane? I think so, right? I think it's Seth MacFarlane. The guy who does Family Guy and I'm trying to think what else he did. He's done a bunch of stuff. Can I show how to make glass? You're in luck. All you have to do is go to sketchaday.com/videos. If you go to that website and search for glass, you will find a tutorial on glass. Today we're doing sci-fi stuff. So things that exist in our imagination, things like the space station. Alright, I probably should use a bigger tip for this portion, but yeah, if you go to sketchaday.com/videos and search, I know I have one on glass there. That much I do know. That much I do know. Add a weapon to the space. This is a peaceful mission. This is a peaceful mission. This is a peaceful research-based space mission. Although, hold on, let me just get this transition right. With Star Trek, you know, they're supposed to just be explorers too, but they do have weapons, I guess. They do have weapons. Maybe this is some sort of observation bubble. Or scientific module, who knows? Alright, I'm going to switch to a little thicker pen here. I want to do an 08. So do the 2, although this one's kind of drying out. Let's see, what options do I have? Not this 05. just want to work on the outline here a little bit. So yeah, working with the thinner pen is almost like working with a ballpoint pen. So you can go lighter. I mean, I do need extra, what do you call it? Extra pens for each tip size, but okay, that's a little bit off there. That one's off too, so we'll fix that. I guess we're all black and white today. Hello, Arnav. Weapons for aliens we need to defend the station. I suppose so. Why does that feel off? It feels off. I'll just shade this in. Shade that in. So yeah, I am streaming this on Twitch as well, so more of an experiment. See how that goes. You know, one of the things I've learned as an independent creative is you do have to kind of go where people are. People aren't always going to come to you, but it certainly complicates things if you're doing a live show and trying to interact with people. So that's why I say go to YouTube. I've got the chat there. It's where I can watch stuff as it happens. Alright, so I'll do one more sketch after this, I think. Yeah, 121, yeah. So that'll take me to about a little over an hour and a half. Should be awesome. Thanks again for hanging out, for being here, being a part of the show. I also forgot, I need to pull this up. We do have some new Patreons I want to give a shout out to. Shout out to Simon Sepp. What's up? New mega fan. Thank you, much love. Thanks for being part of the party, so to speak. Thank you. Be sure, I did send you a message, so if you are watching this, or if you became a new channel member, which we have a few of as well, definitely send me your, well, just reach out and I'll send you a sticker. All right. How's the goal coming up? I'm about 4 days behind right now, but I do have a stack. It's just not down here with me, but I do have a stack of sketches for that. So if I'm 4 days behind, that would be, today is what, 17th? Yeah, 13 times 15. So yeah, I've got over 100 done or so. So it's coming along. That's in relation to my 500 page challenge I'm doing. I may try and do that twice this year, but of course I want to see how I feel after this round. It's a good challenge, especially if you're looking to like push yourself and see if you can level up a bit in a very short period of time. It's really going to push you. So if you have questions about it though, let me know. I think one of the hard things for me, and others who've tried, really. So one, time management. You know, how do you make sure that you have make sure you have 2 to 3 hours in a day to do that. It's a lot of commitment. The other part is, sometimes, I'm not saying this is the case, but sometimes it can feel like you're running out of things to draw. So how do you cut through burnout? All right, so this is gonna tell essentially how big the station is. These are little windows I'll cut into the floor. So working through burnout, you know, making sure, it's actually cut the wrong way. Yeah, making sure you don't do so much that you never want to draw again. That's hard, of course. So a lot of times I'll do observational drawing, whether it's, you know, hey, I'm gonna draw some people, or I'm gonna draw some fruit. Maybe it's the house across the street. Things like that. I'll do that quite a bit. Ellipses are tough. This is one of my forever challenges, drawing ellipses, but I don't like to use tools, and so I always try and just push myself. You know, I know the sketch is not perfect. If I were doing this like for someone, I might consider breaking out the ellipse guide or French curves or something like that, but I like rivets. Hey, Mecha Art, what's up? What is up? All right, someone wanted a sketch that was the colonization of Mars. Interesting. All right, so super quick space station. There's probably more I could do here, but I'm gonna table that for now. There's our scribble spaceship. So I did a scribble, okay, and then turned it into some sort of alien craft. This is kind of a Mad Max vehicle that we did. And then we also did some helmets, dystopian helmets, pulling from some Viking inspiration. So different ways for you to be creative and try things out. Just using pens today. I think that's kind of where we've settled. So instead of a robot, I will do some sort of Mars colonization thing. All right, so I need to look at, let's see, Mars landscape. I don't know what Mars landscape looks like. I live in a place that has deserts that look like Martian landscape, but so far it looks like we've got hills, little hills, mounds, maybe some rock formations here and there. Put some of these off in the distance. Rocks everywhere, whatever. There's no clouds on Mars though, right? So harsh and rocky. That is going to be the nature of the landscape here. And then I'll do some sort of dwelling. Now, I suppose if humans were colonizing Mars, they might do something like, you know, if you're gonna be transporting something to Mars, and let's say, you know, this is like, have you seen that SpaceX rocket? It looks like this. All right, so if you're taking a payload off to Mars or whatever, you know what I'm talking about. It looks like something else, but if you've seen, and knowing Elon Musk, I think he did that on purpose. Anyhow, but if you've seen the Starship one, it looks something like this, right? Something like that. So I imagine if you're taking a payload off to Mars, you know, as they approach the planet, that maybe, you know, maybe something's attached to it, like the module is attached to the rocket. I don't know if that's going to be the case, or it might be inside or something, but I imagine it would be, you know, some sort of situation like this, or like I said, inside the spaceship itself. I do miss the space shuttle. It was always cool when you had the doors that could open, and you know, you had like the robotic arm thing happening. But anyway, I imagine there's some way for there to be a payload. And if not, I don't know what it's gonna look like. But in any case, my point in showing this is, I think if we were going to colonize, it would be likely something that was cylindrically based, so that when you do get on the ground, right, you could put this down on the ground, and now you've got maybe the beginning of a module, right? This could be connected to another piece. And so maybe bringing cylindrical pieces in. This portion here, it's kind of like the, you know, when you fly on an airplane. You know what I'm talking about. So maybe this could adjust and, like, you know, fit the curved profile of the next piece or something like that. That could be cool right there. But that's kind of what I imagine. Or the other thing you could do is, if this is the ground, you know, maybe it's just spheres. So they could have spherical modules, perhaps, that are housed inside, right? That then, once you land, are kind of assembled and put together. The payload is a clan of gerbils. So you could maybe it's something like that. I don't know. Now this looks like a Pokeball. Gotta catch them all. But my point is, I think, and then the other thing too with spheres, like, they're inherently strong, as well as hemispheres. So you've seen those buildings that are like this, right? So hemispheres are inherently strong. So when you apply some load to a dome or hemisphere, as long as it's anchored, right, you actually get the benefit of kind of this integral structure here, right? So it's another thing worth considering, I guess. So that's a little bit of thought as to what this dwelling could be. Okay, so let's assume it is cylindrical. All right, so now I've got my horizon line here. Okay, So I might start by sketching out my modules. I guess there would yeah, so maybe there's 1, 2. I'm gonna make the horizon a little bit further away. And then, like I was suggesting, that if you were to connect these modules, just nice and light here, and sketch the other one. So I'm thinking of central axis, module here, maybe a shorter one here or something. So similar in a sense to that space station we just sketched, but you can do something like that. Maybe just a door. This doesn't have to be, you know, the full thing here. And then I was thinking you could have these feet that like out or something. Keep it stable. This would be a fun one to do digitally as well, and then you could pull in some actual Mars landscape or something. Maybe this is pointing back to Earth. And there could be maybe some sort of ramp here. Just the backside of the ramp. Could also be a ramp here as well. And this one, I think I'll do like a half circle there, maybe some sort of observation portion. I like observation pods, as you can tell. Or this could be some sort of greenhouse pod. It's also what it could be. Because you'd want to be able to grow some food, right? So maybe these are all just little plants growing here. Of course, for optimizing space, and I don't mean space as in outer space, but organization. Maybe they're vertically organized and placed. So we could have something like that. One of the fun things about being a designer is being able to visually tell a story while talking about it. I think that's an important skill to develop. So if you like drawing, it's not just about making that, you know, cool picture, but rather understanding the power of I think being able to communicate. Because it's really, it's just really cool to, I think, especially when people are from different disciplines, or you might not speak the same language, being able to just draw and then have things click. It's really cool. As for how you develop that skill, it's just practice. It's really just doing it. So I'm drawing this ellipse at an angle so I'm changing this slightly. But I wanted there to be a little bit of a canopy over this portion. I'll throw in some part lines and a few other things here and there.
I don't know her.
Right. Should we have like a little rover over here or something? This is a really small piece of paper too, so it's also kind of hard to you know, get those juicy details in. But I can also cheat a little bit because it's small. It's like, oh, there's some sort of rover thing. Leave in some tracks.
Yeah, bro.
This is a Sakura 01, yes. Sakura 01. Steampunk meets Mars colonization. That'd be interesting. Hey, Vasisht. How are you doing? I'm good. We're just wrapping up. But thanks for joining, being a part of the show. I mean, maybe there's some big text on this thing. I'm gonna throw in some shadows. I'll have some rocks here and there as well. Do you use the Sakura's mecha art? I recently started using them more. I was explaining a little bit earlier. I kind of like it. Been playing with dip fountain pens as well. Those are pretty fun. Pens like this. I don't have my ink down here in my studio, so, but been playing with these a bit. Those are fun. But I do quite enjoy the Sakuras. Sakura. Super fun. Now I want to watch the movie The Martian again. I guess it's kind of turned into a space theme show for the most part. Space and dystopia. Space and dystopia. I guess where your minds are. I hope the world's not ending. I guess we'll see. See what happens. So thanks again for joining if it's your first time. If you watch the whole thing, you deserve a medal. So thank you for hanging out and watching. Much love to the supporters, channel members, patrons, as always. Thank you. Mecha Art's one of those. Thank you. Just give a little bit of texture to these rock formations in the background. Of course, don't want to overdo it. Thanks again to those who've kind of been here throughout the years. Just hit 100,000. Well, not just hit 100,000. Just got my award for hitting 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. I'd actually messaged them a while back. I was like, hey, I never got notified. And for whatever reason, it just never registered in their system. So they finally fixed it and sent it. So always in awe. Thank you for the support. Where do we go from here? I don't know. Maybe to 1 million. Let's see. I mean, I don't think there's 1 million industrial designers, obviously, so. But I do more than just ideas, you guys know. If you have suggestions or questions, you can always hit me up on the Discord, or at least post in the video suggestion channel. Take a look. See if it exists already, and if it doesn't, then hey, bingo. This would be a fun one to like scan in, honestly, and like redraw and color a little bit. This would be a fun one to do that with. All right, I'm just gonna put some shadow in here. Add some rocks, texture, and then we are good to go. Conspicuously missing are the astronauts because I don't want to do them. But the request was for some sort of Mars dwelling, went through some conceptual thinking, and then this is kind of what we came up with. Well, maybe there's some sort of experimental thing here, who knows. Just to kind of round it out. Yeah, sorry. I know it's hard to find a time that's good for everybody around the world for me to do this. So I appreciate you staying up if you've been up super late. I know some of you have. But also, if there is a time that works for your region, I guess let me know. It's like, 4 hours earlier than this. What would that be? That would be 8 a.m. for me, which is on a Sunday, a little bit early. But maybe I could do it once a week or something, super early. But yeah, check out Discord if you use it. sketchaday.com/Discord if you missed that earlier. I'll give you a little bit of information on what it is, and when you do join, as I always say, just be chill. If you're gonna ask for help, don't be demanding. There's plenty of people who can help though. We've got car designers, engineers. I'm not sure if we have any architects that are a part of it, but just be chill, get to know people, and hopefully it's a good experience for you. All right, just finish out these rocks, and I think we'll be good. There's some flag. I don't know what the flag says. I'm not gonna be specific, but maybe there's some flag up here. I guess we could do one of the astronauts hanging out in the distance. Could do something like that. All right, so this replay will not be available on Instagram if you're watching there. Just FYI. So if you miss it, whatever, it's all good. You can catch the replay on YouTube, youtube.com/sketchaday.com. So if you missed the beginning, that's where you want to go to catch the replay. I'll show you what we worked on today. It's all good, Tom. No worries, no pressure. I'm just happy that there's people here. You know, being a creative content creator, say that 10 times fast. It's not the same as, you know, streaming if you're a gamer, where you've got like hundreds of thousands or millions of people watching you or anything like that. So, you know, I do it for the love. For show. For show. All right, I need to stop drawing on this, but there you go. There is my Mars settlement concept, and we talked about how the modules might be transported. So if we had to module transport, I don't know. I'm not a NASA engineer, which is kind of a cop-out, but this one seems unlikely. Like, it's unlikely that you'd launch with the capsule and then travel through space and then drop it off there, but I don't know if this thing has cargo bay doors. And by this thing, I mean the Starship that SpaceX is producing. If you missed the test flight, spoiler alert, it did explode when they were trying to land it. So, astronauts are brave, man. Like, whew. Strapping yourself to that much fuel, that much rocket fuel, kind of crazy. Anyhow, we talked about this, talked about how the modules might attach, and I was thinking maybe some sort of flexible seal, right, that could adapt and mount onto the next module. So that's how we came up with this kind of setup here. I guess I didn't really show the seal on this side, so I'm gonna add just a few lines, but some sort of flexible seal here. Same thing there, right? So that's that. Then we also did this mask inspired by just Viking shapes, Viking helmets. That was the idea. Dystopian mask. We also did this Mad Max style vehicle. That was kind of the warm-up sketch today. Did the scribble game, so that's where you do just one scribble and then turn it into something. Did an alien ship and also a space station. So lots of sketches today. I'm gonna scan these, upload them for the patrons and channel members. Check it out. This is a Micron 01. Micron 01. So, all right, guys, thanks so much for being a part of the show. It was awesome. As I always say, passion is the process. And if you want to get better at drawing, a great way to do that is to take some time to teach someone what you do. So if you learn something today, might be a different technique with a pen, something like that. Take some time to practice it, break it down, and teach someone, because it's gonna help you remember, retain, and actually get better. Much love to you guys. Thanks again to, I don't get tired of saying it, but thanks again to the patrons, channel members. You guys are fantastic. Good to see you, Gameka Art, and others, Svetlana. Yeah. So, if I didn't mention your name, it's not that I don't love you or don't recognize. I'm having to end 3 things at the same time, and then a 4th once I'm done. Okay. Peace out. I'm probably gonna be back tomorrow, but I'm not sure. I usually like to take a break at some point. So, most important thing is just subscribe, turn on alerts, and you won't miss. All right. And I do post when the videos go live on the Discord as well. All right. Take care. Happy Sunday.